Hi, I'm Jackie with Veterans Rideshare, and we always talk about how it feels like a family here at VRS because it truly does. When you're part of the team, you're part of the family. But today, I actually have a true family member. This is Reigan Pozek. She is the daughter of Chris Pozek, who is our founder, president. He's an Army veteran, and he's always making moves, and he's made his daughter part of the team. So can't wait to hear Reagan's story, hear what she does, what it's like working for dad, and what's next on the horizon. So, Reagan, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Jackie.
Absolutely. So, how old are you, Reagan?
I'm 17. I'm actually turning 18 on August 14th. So it's very soon.
Very soon. Oh my gosh, I know you're excited. That's a big milestone birthday.
Yeah, I bought like a super cute dress and I think we're going to go out to dinner and it's going to be super fun.
That's amazing. And I just met you in May and you were off to prom. So
Yeah.
I've seen you do all these really important steps in life, and it's been really fun watching and seeing you go through this because I remember how I felt during those times. But I'm sure for your dad it's a little hard watching his daughter grow up because I can tell you two have a very close bond and strong relationship. And congratulations on just graduating high school, by the way, too. That's
Thank you.
nice accomplishment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
Aw.
I'm so excited because you and your dad have such an awesome dynamic. And the fact that he's brought you in and had you work with Veterans Rideshare, with VRS Trucking, you probably do a little of everything.
Oh,
Um,
you.
Even this interview, this is a perfect example of just one of the many ways you help out for the mission. But I'd love to hear in your own words, what are some of the things you've done with VRS? What's maybe something that you really have loved doing? And what does it feel like to be a part of the mission?
So every day is different here. I never do like the same exact thing twice. So I mainly started working out with a bunch of the driver files and making sure that everything was correct and everyone was in the guidelines of what it takes to actually be a trucker, especially for this company. And so I help keep all of the files organized with all of the documents and paperworks and everything. And then lately, I've actually been working on inventory and for all of our equipment and like taking inventory from the Ramona lot and like inputting it on all of our many Google Sheets that are such a mess. But with my help, I'm helping organize it. But I mean, like I like anything anyone like shows me how to do, I'll do it. Like there's a lot of computer stuff I do. I mean, I'll like clean up some things, and I mean, it's always different. And my favorite part about like working here is probably like the atmosphere. Like everyone is so much fun and so loving and it feels so like great to like feel like I like fit in with everyone and that I have a purpose and I'm actually like doing something that's worthwhile because I'm helping run a company that I really really want to keep seeing being successful. And so it's really cool to like be a part of that and to see that every single day. And I just like the atmosphere. I just love working here. I love everyone around me and everyone does such a good job. Everyone's so committed and it's like definitely a team effort to keep this company going, and it is like just so crazy to see how successful it's been.
Absolutely. And how long have you been helping out with the company?
Since January.
Okay, great. So you were managing to balance your senior classes and help with the family business. I'm sure that wasn't
And
easy.
dance.
Yeah.
I danced every day like after school, so it was always like school then work then dance, or sometimes it was school and dance and sometimes it was school and work. So every day it was different and it was really hard, but I managed to do like all three for like the second semester of my high school year, which was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's impressive. That teaches you time management skills, builds character, and shows you just how much you're capable of. So I know your dad's very proud of you that you were able to kind of get a taste of just what's possible when you really apply yourself. So
That's true.
you have now been a part of the mission, and your dad himself is an Army veteran, and the everything we do is dedicated to putting veterans back to work. It's helping fight veteran homelessness, helping rehabilitate. How do you feel about being a part of that bigger mission as well?
Well, I actually personally love being a part of that because I am such an environmentalist and like I want to see like the environment improve because it's been like kind of at a degrading state lately. And so my dad is coming up with the idea to form Patriotic Villages, which is a nonprofit organization which uses recycled materials in order to house homeless veterans and give them the schooling, the teaching, the rehabilitation that they need. And that is something that I'm a huge advocate for and trying to help him all the time with doing because I really support that since it's going to be so supportive for the environment and so supportive for our community.
Oh, absolutely. Your dad is quite the visionary. I do love that he's looking to solve the homeless vet problem, but do it in a way that's green, that's sustainable. I know he's working on all sorts of technologies and looking into different materials for building these homes that are going to be green and good for the environment. So I understand that you don't even like to use straws, which I think is fantastic.
No, no, I have reusable straws. And so actually, I'm attending Cal State San Marcos in the fall. And I went to orientation a couple weeks ago. And they gave us like this whole care package of different things. And in there, they even gave us a reusable straw.
Awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I've traveled quite a bit, and it's interesting to see what other countries do. I was in one, for example, where even at McDonald's they had the straw dispenser, but there wasn't a wrapper on the straw, so even that cut back the paper in half. And I thought, okay, that's a good start. And then we were
Yes.
stationed in Germany with our army family, and you would go to McDonald's, they just give you a cup. And I thought, yeah, I just need a cup. I don't need a lid and a straw. I'm dining in a restaurant. Like at home, I don't need a, you know. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see that other countries are getting on board. And so I think that's great that someone, especially, your age, you already see it. And if you start making a change now, by the time you're my age, if everybody else starts doing it, it's going to be so much better, have a
Yeah.
much better impact on the environment and our climate. So
I
fantastic.
agree.
Yeah, and with Patriotic Villages, that is going to be a space to watch. I cannot wait to see. That's probably, I'm more excited about that initiative coming
Yeah,
out.
exactly. It's a lot of work putting it all together, but I mean, once it's like all together and actually happening, it's gonna be so fantastic to watch that.
Oh, absolutely. So, speaking of really hard, how is it working for your dad? Like, how would you describe having your dad as your boss?
So, I mean, it's not super hard. Like, he's super fun, and I usually get to see him every day because he comes into the office. But he always thinks I don't do anything. He always, like, accuses me. He's like, why are you at your desk? Why are you doing anything? But I do so much. And so he just always messes around with me. And he just, like, lately, he's been telling me a lot more how proud he is about what I'm doing and how much I'm like actually showing how good I am and what I do and everything and helping the company. And so I know that he appreciates all my work. He just loves to joke around with me like all the time.
I'm sure. I'm sure he's a lot of fun, but he also gets things done, and I'm sure he's a little harder on you because you're his own, and he wants to see you succeed and make sure that you stay on track. So, can you tell me a little bit more about? You mentioned your college. What are you going to be majoring in this fall?
So originally, it's actually like on my transcript that I'm going in for this, but I'm going in for psychology because I originally wanted to be a pediatric psychologist and work in a school and be like a school psychologist. But
Mhm.
after doing more thinking, I'm pretty smart and I know that I can make a lot of money and I know that I probably wouldn't make a lot of money doing that. So I think I'm going to change my major and I'm thinking about going into like veterinary studies to be a
Oh, wow.
veterinarian. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. I was briefly a psychology major for one semester. And then I realized I wouldn't have the patience if I gave someone the solution and they didn't apply it to their life, I'd be like, oh, here we are again with the same problem.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So I love that there's something to be said for accountability and self-starting, but there's also something to be said for helping. So both the majors you're interested in, you're still helping somebody, you're giving back.
Yeah.
And I have a cousin who's a veterinarian, and he absolutely loves it and does very well. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm very excited actually.
that is. So
So
I bet you've got a pretty heavy course load for that sort of degree.
yeah, well, since I'm still going in for psychology, I'm
Mhm.
taking like the courses that psychology has. And so, like, my only like super difficult class is I'm taking actually a sophomore psychology class.
Okay, wow.
So that's probably gonna be a little bit harder because, like, I mean, I'm sure everyone in that class is gonna be like sophomore, and if they're not sophomores, they're gonna be like really, really smart freshmen. So I'm just hoping that like I can get away with it all good and everything and get an A in it, hopefully. So.
Well, you're one of those really, really intelligent freshmen. I think you'll do just fine.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. Well, I just see how much you apply yourself, and the effort, showing up in the effort is really that's really where you're going to see your results. So, um, I have something to share with you, but first, I want to ask you, in your own words, how does your dad describe you?
Oh, geez. I mean, he probably like, in my own words, how would he describe me? He'd probably call me funny and hardworking and dedicated, and he'd probably say that I have a lot of motivation. He'd probably say I could be a pain sometimes. I'm pretty sure that would sum me up if he had to describe me.
Well, conveniently enough, he actually sent me a message in preparation of this interview with you, and I wanted to share what your dad actually says about you. Are
Okay.
you ready? He says,
Yes, I'm so ready.
Reigan has really amazed me with her work ethic and attention to detail. She is one of the sharpest young people I have ever had the privilege of employing. She has the gumption to rise through the ranks, second only to a youngster I used to know about 27 years ago, and that youngster was me, your dad.
Oh
That
my
is the biggest compliment I have ever bestowed on anyone. She is an amazing young lady that doesn't even know how capable she is of accomplishing any goal she sets her sight on. I am happy and obligated to love her as my daughter, but I am elated to call her a teammate.
Aww, he's so sweet.
I read that and I thought, oh, I can't wait to surprise her with us in this interview.
Oh my gosh, yeah, aw, because he's always like joking around with me, and I know that he loves me, and he's like super proud of me always. But like for him to say that, aw, that was really sweet.
Well, and the whole reason you and I got connected today to talk was because your dad just said, talk to Reagan. She's going to be amazing. She's capable. She's sharp. And I thought, okay, so he set this up. And you being the wonderful go getter that you are, you said, okay. You woke
Yeah,
up.
I was like, all right, let's do it.
I love it. I love it. So I see lots of bright things for you in your future, and I wish you all the best. And it's been so nice getting to meet you and know you as a team member here with VRS and VRS Trucking and soon Patriotic Villages. So I can't wait to see what you do, Reagan, and I'm just happy that you're part of the team. So thank
Aw,
you.
thank you so much, Jackie.
Absolutely. I told you it was going to be just feel good fun.
I thought it was.
Yeah, there's just so much positivity to share, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about working here, because it is a team, it is a family, and you are actually family, and you also get to see what it's like. You get everyone from their different backgrounds, but they all bring something special and unique, and it's all for that shared mission of giving back to the veterans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about teamwork.
Yes, it is. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in today. This was Reigan Pozek. She is the daughter of our president and founder, Chris Pozek, and she's got a very bright future. So stay tuned to this space to see what she does next. So, Reagan, thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much. You too, Jackie.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.